game started. He'll call for the fair catch here. Here comes the offense on first down. Give to the running back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. One of of expansion, particularly in the Big Ten, was how viable could the ACC remain, and it just sort of ramps up the stakes when they meet on the field.
Yeah, I think all of this conference realignment, all the money talk, the loss of rivalries, but it's the haves and the have-nots. And let's be honest, the SEC and the Big Ten are the...
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. He's going for the big play. Brings it in down the left side. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
They'll throw it on first down. Finds his man. It's Sharp. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. A real mark of experience from this junior. He knew a hit was coming, and he kept those eyes downfield. The Knights have their offense in high gear. Looking to move it through the air. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. They'll try to pop the draw. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And oftentimes running backs love drop plays because there's less traffic in front of them. The offensive line is selling pass, the quarterback's selling pass. They don't get the handoff until the very last possible second, so the D-line's rushed way upfield, and now it's so much easier for these backs to find their holes and pick their lanes.
They have work in front of them on third and short from the 42. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. In the gun, looking to throw on third down. Grabbed over the middle, it's Stokes. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. The Knights with the 1st and 10. The give to the back.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He's looking to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. Caught over the middle, it's Stokes. Good throwing catch, takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. They're bringing heat. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And that's a great job by this defense. You don't care about yards anymore. Yards are arbitrary. Let them drive down the field, so be it. You want to keep touchdowns off the board, and they might have just done that with a sack right there.
And it's right down the boulevard. And with that, they break the seal on the score. scoring, it's 3-0. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First down here for the offense. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
Looking to throw on second down. It's complete. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Well, there's a great example of the receiver working back to his quarterback on the curl route against man coverage. He drives back towards the football, makes the catch, and gets the first down.
This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Now from the 48-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They're getting this guy lathered up. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Welcome to Orlando, Florida, and the campus of UCF. The Knights are ready to rock an FBC Mortgage Stadium, already bouncing as these fans have been preparing since early this morning. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off of bye week, the Boston College Eagles. Taking on a team from the Big Ten, the UCF Knights. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. offense will get us started with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it out. It's Johnson. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. I knew it was hot out there, but apparently it's fried the coach's brain. They've got the punt team out there, and it's not fourth down. That punt is just going to create all kinds of problems. It goes out of bounds, and let's see where they spot it. They're going to take over right around the 30-yard line. And this is a weird move. They're sending out the field goal unit here. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll try the run.
Good enough for another UCF.
I'm not sure what kind of vexing and magic they're trying to conjure up here, but sending out the field goal unit. And he'll try this one from the left hash and 33 yards away. The official says no good. Kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same.
There's a lot of strategies to win football games, and there are very intelligent coaches in the game today. I've never seen a field goal attempt on first down. That was a play I am never going to forget, although I wish I could.
BC has it back, and the Eagle offense returns to the field. That last possession, the early punt, losing track of the downs, whatever it was, David, that was a fireable offense. They better atone here.
I mean, that is unbelievable. That no one catches that? Like the first coach, the second coach, maybe a player. Hey, it's not fourth down, and we punted the football. I got nothing, Paul.
The only dude who liked that play call was the punter.
Analytics replaced with idiotics.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? But if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off season, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
Slips through the line. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line.
UCF nuts will take over 1st and 10.
UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. got to be able to execute at a higher level.
Back to work on 2nd and 10 from the 41 after that last incompletion. He's looking to throw. Got it set up on the outside.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D lineman have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. He's got it. At the 35, he's got room. He'll work his way down to the 28.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
He wants to throw it again. Looking left. And that ball is intercepted at the goal line. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
Power football with the run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Offensively, it's a really tough area, right? When you're in the black zone, you're backed up inside your own 20. And in this case, even further back towards the end zone. I'm just trying to create space for my quarterback. If I drop back and pass and I get sacked, it's a safety. So I need to run the football, give myself a little bit more daylight, but I just need to have a little more success than I did there.
From his end zone, needs to be careful here. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Listen, we all want to get to the quarterback and get sacks, but when you realize the quarterback's going to throw the football right away, you just try to get your hands in the air, get a deflection, make him throw around you. Great job by the defensive end.
And this defense is going to have its ears pinned back on 3rd and long from the 1. Feet in the end zone, looking to fire. Just a short pass to the tight end. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the 1st down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set, why aren't you getting past the 1st down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was, but now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Now on 2nd down. Caught behind the line. It's Richardson. Crosses the 30 to the 29 before he stopped. Pick up a 5 on the play. It's a 1st down.
And those slot receivers nowadays, they're little water bugs, man. You can play touch football in an elevator to lose to these guys because they're so quick and so dynamic. Get open and catch the football.
To the air on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Guys, in basketball through the years, we've seen the Big Ten ACC Challenge, and it'll be fun to watch this one on the football field.
I think this is going to be a real test of physicality. I know these were 2 conferences that pride themselves on that, going out and establishing the line of scrimmage. So, David, interesting X's and O's matchup here in this one.
Yeah, and it's always cool to have those measuring stick opponents. Like, once we start getting deeper in the season and start having the comparison game, well,
You have a matchup, a big matchup of a Big Ten school versus an ACC school. This will be used in the college football playoff criteria.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Well, this is a quarterback who's not known for his running ability, obviously. We've seen him make some great throws, but mobility, that's probably not on your bingo card, and you saw it right there. He gets brought down for the sack.
It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. And they weren't able to get him in the middle of the field, so now a 49-yarder from the right hash. Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. And after the miss, guys, the score stays right where it is. BC has the ball back, hoping for a party in the mods. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. Not a lot of productivity on that last play. They'll try it again on 2nd and long from the 23. He's looking to throw. And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack.
It is so beautiful when I get you behind the sticks in guaranteed passing situations because guess what? I don't have to fire off a play run. I'm going and getting the quarterback and getting him on the ground. That's what defensive linemen live for.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. He lobs one high down the left side. Into double coverage, and he picked it off. Got some room to run. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Knights! That's one of those plays you put a highlighter beside. It can really swing a game.
100%. There's a couple plays a game where you go back and you look, you're like, man, that changed the whole outcome. What an unbelievable play by the defense, not just to get the turnover, to score the points off of it.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Michigan has the lead right now, but it hasn't come easy for the folks in Ann Arbor. They're in a tight one. They're up by 7 over the Astronauts. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Boston College sending the offense back onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do have it, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Getting some heat. Going to take a shot at this DB. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup. He went for it. He attacked it. Got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. He wants to throw. And he just threw that one away. Safe move. Didn't see anything. Lived to play another play. After they couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Fires to the right. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
He had to fight for a couple down to the 33.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, UCF 7, Boston College
second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. They'll run the screen. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous, you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Makes the grab on third. The Golden Eagles pick up the first down. David, that is a great security blanket for a quarterback to have a tight end to make those conversions.
Dang right. Find the big fella on third and short. Dependable, clutch, nice hands, first down.
UCF. What do you think about that? And this crowd is ready for a big one. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the Boston College Eagles. Taking on a team from the Big Ten, the UCF Knights. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Knights will kick it away to start. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. On first down, here comes this offense. They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Keeps it on the bootleg. That's reeled in. It's Johnson. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half.
Timeout, UCF.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. The short hands, it's Jones. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
They'll throw it on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Fires into traffic, picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Really nice focus by this sophomore, and he jumped on his chance to make a play.
And how about that play by the defense here early in this game opening drive, facing one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football, and they're able to get an interception. That is going to be massive for their confidence in this game.
Offense set on first down. Quarterback checking the play. He'll start this drive firing. Wasting no time taking a shot. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
You hear about shot plays all the time. Offensive coordinators love to take deep shots down the field. They plan them. They plan when they're going to do them. And I bet you we'll plan to see a few more throughout this game.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. He's looking to throw. He'll take another shot here. Got it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, UCF.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. He'll bring it out. It's Johnson. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. BC has it back, and the Eagle offense returns to the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw...
Trying to burn this defensive back. He's got it down the left. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Just ran him over. Makes the tackle right at the 21-yard line. Pickup of 10 on the play, and this offense is threatening with a first down.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense, sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
Wants to throw on first down. He'll try to do it himself. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Fast motion from the offense. Looking for a crease. It's Richard. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. They agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Boston College!
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
And the extra point is good. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. He'll return it. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
So they're facing third and short from the 25. They'll try to bully their way for the first. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on third down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm, but after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
Couldn't make the play on first down. They'll try it again. 2nd and 10 from the 27. He's looking to throw. He's going for it all. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
From the gun, the running back has it. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make him honor the run. Make him know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
He'll do it himself. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
Pocket start unleashes one deep. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. The Knights line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Fair catch, called for and made. BC has the ball back, hoping for a party in the mods. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go smooth.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
You might just think that dude's a power back, but what a great job coming out of the backfield, become a wide receiver, and then guess what? When he gets in the open field, that's not a lot of fun to try to bring to the ground. That's a big boy.
He'll come out throwing on first down. They're trying to get to it. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete. Third down conversions, always a huge stat. They've got a third and long from the 27. Well, that was less than choreographed. Everybody going on their own snap count there. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Line is set on third down. He's looking downfield to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
He's looking for a man on second down. Fires toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Eagles.
This quarterback really does a nice job seeing the field and reading coverage. And when you go empty and you spread the defense out, it's easier to see what the defense is doing.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7.
That makes the score Boston College 14, UCF 7.
They're lining up to boot it away.
Set to kick this one away.
Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
He leaves it with the back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
The quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
That's a throw the QB would like to have back. He just has to do a better job giving his receiver a chance to make the catch.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Oh, what a grab by the defense. And he'll be marked down, but what a play to come up with that interception.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover 1, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Here's the handoff. Mark it off as a 6-yard gain down to the 6-yard line.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run, and then you open it up for the passing.
And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Less than a yard to go for a 1st down, and the offense will remain on the field. They'll go with the running game on 4th down here. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. They'll leave it with him. He's loose at the 15. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds.
That is exactly what you want from your offense. Create some space, get out of the shadow of your own end zone, Palmer, and make it easier on this offense.
Yeah, it's nice when you have a running back like that, too, that can create that space for you. Now,
and the quarterback is snowed under.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
They gave up the sack on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 11. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Pressure coming. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
How about this defense? Getting to the quarterback in back-to-back plays. You want to pressure the quarterback. If you get him on the ground, it's gravy. Nice job. 2 sacks in a row, bringing up a 3rd and long situation.
Third and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on fourth down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Makes the grab inside the 30. This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26.
Hey, the defense knew coming into this one this guy was going to be a factor, but they have done nothing to stop him. They don't have any answers. This guy already has over 100 yards receiving, and we're not even done the half.
The back goes in motion. Going up top on first down. Makes the grab. And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. He'll take a shot. Fires and picked off.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
If you want to look on the bright side, at least you can pile up a bunch of yards if you can move the ball, because it is a long way to the end zone. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a rhythm.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Sends it downfield. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
You know, as an offense, you just don't get that many great opportunities in games to hit these type of big-time plays. When plays like that present themselves and receivers are open, as a quarterback, you have got to make that throw.
Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. It's caught downfield. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in it.
On the flag.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Takes a hit as he fires. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
On third down, he drops to throw. And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
Third and long situation, we're bringing an extra DB on the field. And we're telling our front guys to pin your ears back and go get the QB, and they get the job done.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Might be looking to run. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
And you want consistency from your quarterback, man. You don't want the up and down. You don't want the roller coaster. And last week, man, you had the highs of highs, and now this week, just off. He's all over the place. He's not completing the ball at a high percentage.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. How in the world did the offense retain possession? Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on third and long from the 28. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The Knights will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the returner will be dragged down. Boston College sending the offense back onto the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Quickly complete. Turns it on in midfield. Finally run out of bounds, but he has his offense rolling with a first down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and they forced the incompletion.
Wonder if they'll throw it again after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 49. This time it's complete. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down. Boston College right back to the line. Looking to go up top on first down. Trying to escape and get it himself.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off, he takes off, and gets a positive gain.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Connection to the right. At the 20, he's got space. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play.
A shot toward the end zone. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Oh, the freshman lucky that one didn't get picked off. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. He makes the connection. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. He's looking to pass. Lets it fly. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. It's all teed up. Boston College will kick to start this 3rd quarter. And he's coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. think about that? Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Maybe picked up a couple as he gets to the 14.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Trying to get to it. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
All right, that's one the offensive line has got to be able to communicate and pick up. When that inside linebacker comes running through the A gap or the B gap, those O-linemen, they've got to work together, and they've got to pass guys off to one another to make sure they pick him up. They didn't do it that time.
He gets it away from his own end zone. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. BC has it back, and the Eagle offense returns to the field. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
And you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board, but you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute the offense.
On second down, they'll take to the air. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays.
And a big reason why this team has the lead in this game is because of plays like that. They know they've got firepower throwing the ball. They've got the dudes outside that can make things happen. You saw it in the first half, and you see it here again early.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
I think defenses sometimes get frustrated and you want to get blitz happy, and because you give up yards. In this day and age, you're going to give up yards. Who cares? This is the area you're going to bow up. Nice job on first down stopping them. A couple more downs here to stay aggressive.
He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next third down, try to force the opponent into a field goal, that's a win if you're on defense.
Third and goal, where the strong come through. They'll keep it on the ground. And the defense drags him down. This is a really big play for both teams. Fourth and goal from the 2. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. They can make this a two-possession game with a field goal, but they want to put a little distance, a little cushion to their lead. They'll go for it on fourth down. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. And they'll send out the field goal unit. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Nebraska is up big right now in what's shaping up to be a blowout they'll be talking about in Lincoln for some time. They're up by 15 over Auburn. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Now the UCF offense ready. ready to go back to work. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, David.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being aggressive.
Feeling some heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Things just not going as easy for this guy as they did his last game out. Last time he completed over 70% of his throws. This week, though, defense taking some throws away. They've made some plays. He just hasn't been quite spot on with his accuracy. He's going to have to play better.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. They'll try to get the first through the air. Got it in the middle. It's Richardson. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Third and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
Well, as soon as he got outside the pocket, the defense smelled blood in the water. Everybody started pursuing it. How about the big hit on the QB outside the pocket? At that point, he's a runner. He's not getting protected anymore. Nice job. He felt that one.
On second down, looking again to throw. Snagged in the middle. It's Sharp. They get him down after he makes the catch. The Knights racing to the line in the hurry up. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And he makes the catch inside the 25. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And that is interception number 3 on the day. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover. BC has the ball back, hoping for a party in the mods. And to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse, they'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
They really got things moving on this drive. Second play of the drive comes from the 37. Trying to find his man on first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Johnson. Still on his feet at the 45. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Fires deep toward the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall in the turf. It'll be 3rd down.
Man, it's so hard to play defense nowadays. You got to strike somebody, you can hit people. You get flagged for targeting, you get flagged for pass interference. That was beautiful. Great job in the end zone, making it a hard window to throw into, and when he caught it, making him feel you.
On 3rd down, going up top. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
And that inside linebacker showing you the speed and the recognition. He saw a gap and saw a crease and a free path to the quarterback, and woo, he took it.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. The UCF offense back on the field Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
They'll give it to the back. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
And now on second down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Safe completion on the screen. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Boston College 17, UCF 7.
Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. They move the tight end all over. They'll go to the air on third and short. Finds his tight end. Ball's out. And the defense has got it, and they're bringing it back. Open space at the 25. Touchdown, Boston College. The defense with the scoop and score. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And that's just the guy you want to find that football. The ball's loose. Who do you want to get it? One of your little fast guys. The defensive back picks it up and turns on the afterburners, takes it all the way back for the touchdown.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a non-profit, man, like a charity, giving the football away too much. Got to take care of the football, Jesse. Otherwise, you got no shot.
And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
He lets it fly. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
And off to Jones. Really good pickup on second down there. Leaves him with 3rd and 2.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Comes out throwing on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Johnson. Ball is loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Everywhere, it's a turnover.
Yeah, these wide receivers are so fast nowadays. They're such big playmakers. I just want to get it to them and let them make it happen. But a lot of times, we're running to them, too. We're focused on chasing him down and funneling the football in the right direction. Defense swarm did a good job getting their hand on the football, causing the fumble from the wide receiver.
BC back to work after picking up the first down. It's reverse. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
What a great job by the backside of the defense staying home. A lot of time looks like it's going the other direction, what happens? You start to chase. Nope. These guys stayed home and played their assignment, and that's why they had success.
And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. This is a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give him a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn...
Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. And this junior quarterback shows you why the scouts love that big arm of his.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel like...
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Well, trailing this much in the 4th quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Coming after it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Unloads to the wideout. And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And the defense down in this game, they just can't do anything to stop this offense at this point, David. Right now, they know they're going to be trying to run the football and try and ice the game, but there's nothing at this point it seems they can do.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. I got to sell out, man. I got to bring as many guys to the line of scrimmage as I can. I got to find a way to get this ball back to my offense. The clock is not my friend, and them running the football is only going to run this thing out quicker. I got to find a way to make something happen, strip the football, do something.
And after the really good gain on 1st down, they'll try to finish it off on 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in. A run up the middle is stuck for no gain. They love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. Barrels ahead. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down.
And that's a killer because I'm okay running the same play back to back because I believe in that play. But when you get a negative play and now you've backed up, this makes this decision a lot harder.
Trying to surge it in. Touchdown, Boston College! And the beatdown has ensued. They extend the lead here in the 4th, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Set to kick this one away.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Use the play fake, now to throw. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he'll avoid the tackle on the slide. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. He's going to pass. Throws to the wideout. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Keeps it going. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
They're bringing heat. He's going up top here late in the game. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it first down at the 42. Boston College sending the offense back onto the field. They have dropped a hush on this entire stadium, David, by controlling this game.
And there's nothing like shutting up the home crowd. You love it. Nothing like having a big lead in the 4th quarter, Palmer, and not having to stress or worry.
Yeah, really impressive just seeing how they were able to take everything from the practice field this week and apply it to game day. They've been locked in all week with the game plan, running and throwing the football, man. This has been impressive.
Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch. It's not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Now the defense has got it going the other way. Touchdown, Eagles! The defense takes matters into their own hands. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. What a play by the defense there. Loose football, country fumble, pick it up with room, scoop, and score.
No doubt, country versus city. When it's a country fumble, nobody around. I got to pick that puppy up and do some damage with it. Nice job seeing the situation, scooping it up, making a play.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. BYU was far from the friendly confines of LaVell Edwards Stadium, but still managed to scratch out a win. And there was a lot of chatter this week about this group not being ready. Time to check those receipts, if you know what I mean. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings,
Getting some heat. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Motion from the offense. Looking to pass on second down. They get to him as he throws. Intercepted.
And this defense did a perfect job understanding the situation. You know you got the lead. You know they're going to be passing. And you come after the quarterback, get the big hit. You get pressure on the quarterback, good things happen, and they make the big INT.
Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all three phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan meet face, ball game over.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.